المكتب التعاوني للدعوة والإرشاد وتوعية الجاليات بخميس مشيط.
الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. In self-development, if you want to be successful, usually successful people have specific aims that they want to achieve. And they do different ways to remind themselves of their own aims. They should be done in writing. If they're not written, they don't exist. This is what they do in self-development. If you don't have your aims written, they don't exist. They don't exist. And that will help you consciously think, written in different places, as I mentioned. You could write them in your diary, hang it in your room. Sometimes people do it in the form of symbols. But there is a reminder. And we have good things that we want to achieve. We have bad things that we want to get rid of. This is self-development. Okay? You want to acquire good habits, and you want to get rid of bad habits. And usually a bad habit replaces a good habit, and vice versa. And vice versa. If you want to be a truthful person, you reduce your lying. You say, I lie 10 times a day. Don't you lie? Okay, but it's good to confess. I mean, to really confess that, yes, I lied yesterday. It's bad. I shouldn't have done it. Sometimes you say, no, I am a very righteous person. I don't lie. You're not going to change. And this is one point of the changing habits, is that you realize that you have a bad habit. It could be gossiping. It could be doing any other things. See, I'm just give an example. Okay? So how to get rid of it? You say, I'll say the truth today. I'll make sure that I'll say the truth and reduce my lying. I lied 3 times yesterday. Today I'll try not to lie even once. You will lie. It is. But 2 times, but yesterday 3 times. So this motivation for you too, just like stopping cigarette, smoking. Sometimes people don't, but you know it's wrong. I'm doing it. I know it's wrong. I smoke. Yesterday I used to smoke for a pack. Somebody smokes here? Alhamdulillah. But really, yesterday I was in the marketplace and somebody bought a cigarette. For a long time, no people in these gas stations, they started stopping selling cigarettes. You know why? People come to say, if you sell cigarette, I will not buy from you. I know some people, he'll buy 20 riyal, 30 riyal. He sees him handing cigarette to somebody else, say, I'm not going to buy. And he would leave, buy from somebody else. But unfortunately, people now, we need to do this. Continue doing it. Al-Ma'ruf needs to continue. Anyway, you know how much is it, Marlboro? How much? How much? 5? 9 riyals. But in the United States, it's more than 25 riyals. Yes, they don't want people to smoke. Now it's 9 riyals. It used to be 1 riyal. Now it's 9 riyals. Sometimes people don't spend 10 riyals on their families. I know in some Muslim countries, poor Muslim countries, 10 riyal feeds a family for the whole day. So you're killing yourself with 10 riyals. But somebody could stop. They say, some people smoke 2 packets. You say, it's difficult for me to stop. You know how many in the packet? 20. See? I used to sell smoke. I do cigarettes. I used to have my grocery shop when I was young. But that was wrong. But nobody came to me, Abdullah, why didn't you stop selling that? This is why I know the numbers. And I know the pack. How many are there? So if you want to stop smoking and just give you bad habits, just lying, gossiping, you go step by step. You say, I smoke 2 packs every day. If he would say tomorrow I'll smoke 1 packet, He's not right. He's not really truthful. This means 50%. You cannot do it. You have 40 cigarettes and you want to cut it into half. You cannot. Like if you eat 10 sandwiches, say, tomorrow I'll stop eating 10 sandwiches. I'll start eating 5. You can't. But you say, 9. And they call it in the Prophet ﷺ before that. It's a theory in self-development. They call it the Kaizen theory. The Prophet ﷺ said, خير الأعمال إلى الله أدومها وإن قل. The best actions, the best deeds that you do for the sake of Allah are the ones that you do continuously, even if they're. And now they have it step by step. The Kaizen, this is a Japanese theory in self-development. The Prophet ﷺ taught us before. But we don't listen to Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. The Japanese, we listen to them. Blue-eyed Americans, we listen to them. You see? And they are the ones who learned from Muhammad ﷺ. They say, this is the greatest man on earth. And they're non-Muslims. And we listen to them. We don't listen to Muhammad ﷺ. You see, Muhammad is hero of all heroes. And we don't listen to them. You see, we just brag about it, but it's not really reflected in our lives. So, when you start, they say, no, I'll stop 2 cigarettes a day, 1 cigarette a day. That means within 40 days, you'll stop smoking without realizing that you have been going through a program. It's 1 cigarette, isn't it? First day, no big deal. I'll take the pack and throw it away. So I'll only smoke 39. Next day, I'll take another one until you find out this is what we need to do in life for many things. And I say to students, they don't want to study. They say, I want to study. They wait for the exam. Till the night of the exam, they start, oh, I couldn't really cover the material. Because they haven't started from, we need to help them. We need to train people, help them to really develop themselves, to change themselves in the right way. Say, I want you to study for 5 minutes a day only. 5 minutes, big deal. Makes a big difference. If you continue studying for a month, for 30 days, 5 minutes, 150 minutes. And you realize that next week you could make it 10 minutes. The week after you could make it 15 minutes. It will not be a burden for you. The week after, 20. At the end of the semester, you will be studying for 1 hour a day without realizing that you have done it. Okay? But this is our problem. Even with charity, say, I don't have money. When I have money, I'll give charity. Oh Allah, give me 1 billion. If you give me 1 billion, I'll give charity. Believe me, when you get 1 billion, you will not give anything. So, but they say, I'll give 1 riyal every day. Just 1 riyal. Can you give riyal every day? Is it difficult for you, brothers? Even if you have only 1,000 riyal a month, 30 days, 30 riyals a month, we're not going to kill you. Allah will give you more. And it's not, you could give 1 riyal. See, and instead of drinking, buying chocolate for 1 riyal, I'll not buy chocolate. I'll give it for the sake of Allah. I could live without a chocolate. But I cannot give up my bread and the food of my family. But the chocolate, Pepsi, I could get rid of it. It's 1.5 riyals. Very soon will be 2 riyals. I mean it. Listen to me. Those people, you see, step by step. They know this in business. This is why they do it with us. No, sometimes this product comes to the marketplace and they want to sell it for 2,000 riyals. But they start with a small mobile, bigger one, is little bit until the first mobile I bought probably 100 riyals. Now I buy it for 4,000 riyals. Do you see how they did it? But let's do it in the right way. We change ourselves. Ramadan is a greater opportunity. That every day I change 1 bad habit and acquire 1 good habit. I write it down. I monitor my achievements. Say, oh, alhamdulillah, 3 days, mashallah. I used to stand in front of TV for 2-3 hours. Now I stand only in front of TV. 1 hour. Alhamdulillah, this is great achievement. I used to gossip all the time. Today, I only gossiped once. If you keep monitoring yourself, that, Islam is a practical religion. It's not as I say, a dull, dead belief that you have in your heart. It's living belief that changes lives, that changes the whole world. When we didn't realize that was Muslim, that we can make a big difference in the world, we couldn't even change ourselves. We look at our situation today, but we don't look at our situation 100 years from today. If you look back in your life, you lived in a poor family, barefooted. You didn't have enough to eat. Now you are a physician, you are a university professor, you are a lawyer, you are a da'iyah, you are a person who makes different, businessman. It could be. Don't think at yourself today. Dream of what you want to be tomorrow. 10 days from today, I want to have my business. Can you do it? Yes, you can. How can I do it? I want to save money. Every month I'm going to save 200 riyals. Believe me, after time, have it in a saving account. You don't get interest in it. You could invest on it. This I'm going to keep. You've got to leave something. There are other things that you don't need. They're not necessities. Okay? But you're going. Some people could save 10,000 riyals a month. Some people could save 2,000 riyals a month. Some people could save 1,000. But you can save something. And if you develop it for a good aim, I want to have a good family. I want to feed my family. I want to educate my children. I want to build a mosque one day. You see, these motivations make you sometimes skip a meal. I know people even skip meals. This meal is going to cost me 10 riyals a day. I will skip it. Okay? I'll try to do it. Maybe 20 days in a month I could skip a meal. If you can fast for the whole day, can't you skip a meal? Instead of eating a very expensive meal, you could eat a piece of bread with tea, drink. That's it. It's going to make it. But you do it for a purpose. You see? You go to somebody, say, "Akhi, don't eat lavishly and drink lavishly and dress lavishly." Say, "Akhi, enjoy my life." Because he's wanting to enjoy the moment. He doesn't look to the future. Everything that you have, you're going to spend. Even your health, you're exhausted in that moment. You see? When you wake up all night, say, watching TV and movies, say, "Oh, I want to enjoy." But are you really enjoying? Yes, enjoying in the moment. In the long run, you're hurting yourself. Let's develop aims in this month, ya akhwan, at 3 levels. Personal, godly, and socially. You want to do something in your relationship with Allah. And don't make it too big that you cannot do it. And be very gradual. Be gradual. Little by little. If there is a water drop comes from here and you have a basin here, you have a barrel. Next week we'll come back, it will be full. If you look at it, it's going to take a long time. But if you go for a week and come back, you'll find it's full. Leakage is the same thing. If you have a big tank, 10-ton tank, and there is small leakage, after 1 week you're going to come, see, it's small leakage, it's not going to. After 1 week, there will be nothing. It will be empty. These are very important issues that we're going to really affect us in life. I don't want to take much of your time, like if really this is a month of self-development. You don't read Quran, this month you're trying to read Quran. Don't only read in this month. Allah is in every month. You wake up at night and pray to Allah. It's not only in Ramadan. Allah is there every month and every moment. You want to be truthful? Some Muslims don't only go to masjid to pray. Many Muslims don't pray. They don't pray. They even drink and they do all these things. When it comes to Ramadan, they are in the masjid. And they with the Quran. Subhanallah, alhamdulillah, wallahu akbar. This is great. The day of Eid, huh? Because I think my brother is asking why. And we've got to ask those people. I could have been one of them. I don't really make myself, elevate myself above its own nature. But maybe one of the reasons is that
Demons are arrested because demons are arrested.
demons, okay, shayateen, this could be one thing. But if we keep blaming things on Satan, we're not going to make any difference in our lives. Because Satan is going to stand up in the middle, in the day of judgment, and say, وَلَا تَلُومُونِي وَلَكِنْ لُومُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ فَمَا كَانَ لِي عَلَيْكُمْ مِنْ سُلْطَانٍ إِنَّمَا دَعَوْتُكُمْ فَاسْتَجَبْتُمْ لِي. I had no power over you. I invited you and you responded to me. So therefore don't blame me and blame yourselves. Even Satan, the day of judgment, he will be there. So we should look for other reasons. Why? People sometimes they change in Ramadan, but when Ramadan leaves, they go back to their own wrongdoings. Why? Just like a businessman, there is, for example, he closes for the whole year his shops, and 1 month he will say, this is the month of business. Okay, so I'm going to get good business. Then he will close, say, releases all his workers, say, go home. You have 11-month vacation, and what are you going to say about him? Stupid, crazy. Sometimes we act crazy without realizing that what we do is crazy. Allah is giving you a chance for the whole year. Ramadan, only a station for you to invest more, to get more, to make you ready for the 11 months. Not to stay away for the 11 months and come only on this month. And those are people called Ramadaniyun, Ramadan worshippers. They worship Ramadan. They don't worship Allah. Because Allah is the one who asked you to pray. And you don't pray, you only pray, and He asked you to cover. He asked you to abstain from doing evil in Ramadan and other than Ramadan. He asked you to be cordial to your parents, Ramadan, other than Ramadan. To avoid saying bad things. In Ramadan, avoid saying bad things. Here in Ramadan, other Ramadan. But Ramadan, you should be more conscious. And He gave you, subhanah, a training program to follow. That He made a difference in your life. That you could fast any day other than Ramadan. But here, you must fast. So, you become more observant. You become more conscious. You become closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You realize more the bounties of Allah that has been given to you. And I remind you of our brother, his name Hoffman, the ophthalmologist who became Muslim. And when I asked him the first day he became Muslim, it was 3 days before Ramadan that he became Muslim. And he immediately started fasting. I thought he would find difficulty. But he was very much committed. He said, no, Abdullah. He went to work on regular basis. He was 60-something, an old man, and you fast. And you have not really tried this all your life. Very difficult. I mean it, ya akhwan. Allah, I appreciate it. That those people were able to change their lives. Although they have not been trained for many years. So he said, Abdullah, I enjoy fasting, wallahi. This is the first time in my life that I enjoyed food. Because he has never been hungry in his life. Ya akhi, when you go to the poor people, I remember this, I went to some place and we get bread. It was very expensive, but we could not eat it. I need cheese, fool, hummus, all these, tuna to eat. We have some shatta, so to make it tasty, some salt. Yeah, I mean, sometimes the cheese is so sour, you must mix it with jam. So you see, so we could not eat it. We went in the way and we found kids, and we throw some at them. They ate it. They were dancing that we were eating this. You see, they were dancing, very happy that you gave them that piece of bread that you could not eat. To them, it was a treat. It was a treat, an apple pie. Allah makes you really feel when you go in fasting and you take the date. Say, Bismillah. It tastes different. You drink water. Although you have been eating all year, you're not hungry. This makes you think of those people who suffer for the whole year. I had a video, a YouTube from Syria, that an old man, and you must know the people of Syria, they've been living a very luxurious life, all over history. We have been Bedouin here. We don't know how to cook. Those people have different types of dishes. The best dishes in the world are the Mediterranean dishes. You cannot even list them. Really, I mean it. He said, by Allah, now for 3 days, I couldn't have a piece of bread for me and for my family. When we would go home and throw the leftover, and we remember that this leftover could be a meals sometimes, for greater people than us. These are the values of Ramadan, ya akhwan, that we need really, and I really emphasize that the month of Ramadan is an occasion for self-development at all levels, for self-achievement at all levels, for developing conscious observance of Allah, of the presence of Allah in our lives. غفر الله لي ولكم وللمسلمين أجمعين ونصر دينه وسنته وكتابه وعباده الصالحين.